he's like, did I do a good job, mommy? And she said, yes, you did a wonderful job. You did a wonderful job. She said, but we were kings and queens first in Sierra Leone. Bumpe, she said, Mende Ngao tribe. That's what I am. I'm a Mende Ngao tribe.
Sick. Isn't that
and I was
crazy?
like, wait a second. So she's like, remember that we were royalty before we got to England. That's what she says. And I kept getting text messages. Have you watched this episode? They're talking about your tribe. Da-da-da.
What
and I was
episode
like,
is that?
I don't know. It's
What
on my
season?
Instagram.
We
We gotta find it.
Yeah.
I don't even watch Bridgerton, but I'll just watch that.
But it's the separate one. It's Queen Charlotte. When they talk about the Queen's whole journey.
That's great.
And it's really powerful.
It's real.
And it was a moment I'm like, thank you. Thank you for saying what we know.
What did that feel like?
I felt like it was like recognition from somebody who has so much power. She has so much power. She has such a platform, such a voice.
Yeah.
And for her to recognize this Amende tribe that's from Sierra Leone.
Have you met Shonda Rhimes?
I've not yet.
Oh,
I met her one time.
That's gonna happen.
Yes.
One time at his club, and she was like, "Oh, you're so talented." And she walked. I was like, "That was Shonda Rhimes."
Yeah.
Oh,
You're like, do you need
I'll
me?
be on Grey's Anatomy.
You want to
She
be
just
on Grey's?
left. She just kept
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, I just met her one time. It was really cool. She was very nice to me.
Yeah, one of the last monarchies on the continent is in Swaziland and Eswatini, also known as Eswatini. Yeah. And I interviewed the eldest daughter, the princess, and she's amazing. We've become friends. She's extraordinary. Yeah. And learning about all these different cultures. I have a podcast interviewing royalty from around the world.
And what's the name of that podcast?
It's called Modern Royalty Podcast.
Modern Royalty Podcast.
Modern Royalty.
Yeah.
Modern Royalty. So I interview Princess El Jahara of Saudi Arabia, Princess Akshita from India. Let's see. Princess Nejla from Jordan. So there's royalty all over the world of all different backgrounds. I'm interested in the history and the culture and learning about the country through these eyes of royals, which get people in and excited. But really, it's like, how do we learn about each other?
It's an interesting concept to have that conversation as a princess. And you have this royal conversation from all the conversations you've had. What's the thing that you've gathered the most that is the common thread that kind of links all of the royals from different cultures?
Service. Everyone is born into service. You are of service. You are always thinking about others. It's not just about yourself.
Really?
Ever.
Sometimes I have the thought that some royals, like families, are let them eat cake, that like Marie Antoinette type. Just let the people suffer, and they're looking down on everyone. When I think about England, the royal family, I think, well, I loved Princess Diana.
I haven't interviewed anybody from the royal family. I've interviewed people
I love
from other
Princess
countries.
Diana.
Yeah.
She was great. She was about service. That's why they hated on her. So when I look at what happened to her, it's very suspect to me. Because she was like, and I saw an interview with Princess Diana. They said, and Barbara Walters was like, so do you think they like you? He goes, they don't like me. They don't want me here. They don't like what I do. Because she would like go to Africa, hug babies, and she was friends with everybody. She was that's why I'm surprised that her sons are not talking to each other. You notice that they're still fighting, but Harry is the good one, and the other guy, he's becoming like Prince Charles. He's getting real, just what I'm saying, just old school.
I feel like there's so much pressure. Yeah. This is another thing that I've learned from interviewing royals from around the world.
Yeah,
the pressure to be whoever you're supposed to be is no joke.
Right.
And I didn't even from. And not everyone is like that. Like every royal that I've interviewed, they're all very different. Cultures are all very different. But some that I've interviewed, not Princess El Jahara, but other ones I've interviewed, there's a lot of pressure of who you're supposed to be. There's not a lot of leeway.
No, right.
So, and I think we didn't grow up I grew up in a very different way than everybody else, but it's just really interesting.
And you talk about that pressure, and I think about, just up the road here in Santa Barbara, Meghan Markle, and the amount of pressure and the criticism. What do you make of Meghan Markle and jumping into service and the pressure she's under? Because, you hear it on both sides.
Right.
And have you had any conversation with her? Because that'd be an interesting one to have on your podcast.
I haven't had a conversation with her yet. It would be very interesting because I can make all kinds of speculations and guesses like we all do, but until I feel like you really get to know a person and their background and their story, we really can't make judgment. There are two sides to every story.
Yeah.
And I really think, and the reason is because people did that to me. Oh, girl finds out she's a princess in West Africa. Let's attack her. I mean, people came after me left and right when I was first in the media.
For what reason?
Exactly. Like, what was, I just found my
just
family.
Hear princess and go, oh, here we go.
Here we go. You're a princess.
Yeah, horse and carriage.
Or whatever. People just like come after you.
Yeah.
I mean, you too. Anybody, people who are out there.
Always.
When you guys are people who are known. People want to come after you no matter what.
Of course.
It doesn't matter what you do.
No.
That pressure conversation is a real and this is, I hope I don't minimize the pressure of service and, like what, some of the royal families, the pressure that they have. But the only thing I can just kind of snap onto is, for me, I had a brother who's outstanding in football. And to come in after him, after he's everything, and to come in after that and to feel the weight that I have to have the same level of performance and not even be able to play the way I can play, but I had to play like him or better to be seen or recognized. And that's just something very small in comparison to the weight of a community of people who are looking to you to serve in a certain way. That's big time pressure.
Yeah.
And I wonder, because, I think back to some of the interviews and again, like Meghan Markle, and I just think, wow, like no one really knows what that pressure is like, because it's easy to be on the outside and go, you should be like this. In football, we call it Monday morning quarterback. You should have thrown it there. You should have tackled right there. It's easy to say that on Monday.
But you're in the moment. You got to make all the
right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's the pressure. That's the real pressure.
I think as human beings, we need to give each other some grace without always thinking the worst of everyone.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
I try to assume, and sometimes I get blasted for this, but I genuinely try to assume the best in people first. And I allow whatever the experience is, if they betray that or whatever, and then I respond for that. Because I think, to assume the worst is drinking poison like bitterness and hoping for the other person to die.
Right.
Like that's the consumption. I see that a lot in society. And of course, with all the social and stuff like that, it's very easy to kind of dig into that. But I try to assume the best in people.
One of the things my mom would always say growing up, if somebody was acting a certain way or being nasty, instead of jumping on the bandwagon, like going, oh, that person, she'd always go, I wonder what's going on with them.
It's
to
usually
have them act that way.
It's usually that.
Like, what's going on over there?
But it's always unresolved, though. That's why when nowadays, therapy is a big thing, especially amongst our folks. Yeah. But you don't have time to figure out, well, let me look at all the trauma that they went through and they probably grew up. Yo, he's calling me. I don't like what you touch. Yo, shut the. Because as a live performer, you've been there. You got people with all kind of problems yelling out at you. I don't know that, he just lost his puppy. I'm like, yo, shut your dumb ass up. But I don't have time to go, he lost his puppy.
No, I
had to talk about his mama. Had to talk about his mama, man. He was interrupting the show. I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn about his little ass puppy. I don't really give a damn. You should have said, hey man, I lost my puppy, my fault. Like if you heck and go, I'm crazy. I got schizophrenia. So I'm gonna yell at you. But you got to forgive me. Then I'd be like, my man got schizophrenia. He didn't know, but it doesn't work that way.
You have to kind of you have to kind of give that out at first, right?
Let the heckler do that. Go, hey man, I had real bad family life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little slow. I was dyslexic. So when I say stuff to you, that's the reason. I wish hecklers would at least have empathy and diagnose themselves before they yell at it. I just want to tell you ain't funny, but let me tell you the reason. Because I ain't. And I am insecure.
I would love to actually see you in that situation. I want to see him in that situation and see how. That would be a whole 4 hour.
That would be great. I'm a heckler.
Back and forth.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm a heckler. My daddy left when I was 5.
You would get so you're like, okay, keep moving. You would get so bored with that.
I'd be like, all right, man, just say I ain't funny. Shut up.
Yo, it's finally here. Yes, we are dropping our lifestyle merch. 154 is here. It's hot. Come get it.
Bam.
Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like, ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like, ain't no place like home.